shout out and a thank you to my sponsor, P2 Collectibles, located at 204 East McGalliard Road in Muncie and on eBay as well. So next time you're here in Muncie, let us know. Come give us a visit.
Hey, what is up, y'all? This is Alex from Plus for TCG, and I'm coming at y'all with some card updates for what we are going to be looking forward to in Flames of Destruction. This set is going to be pretty insane, pretty meta-defining, because right now we all are probably under the same agreement that the meta is fairly stale, but looking forward to the future because we are getting some pretty insane stuff, and this is looking like it could potentially be broken. So this might not be too much fun. Might be fun to play, but maybe not so much fun to play against. But we're gonna be looking at the new the new cards, Troymares. So we don't know any of the main deck monsters, but that's okay because the extra deck is looking pretty insane so far. They have a lot of cool link monsters, and we're just gonna hop right into these and see how broken they actually are. So the first one we're gonna be looking at is Troymare Mermaid. All of these are fiends. I don't know if the main deck is going to be the same, but I would like to think it's probably going to follow the same theme of being a fiend deck. But this is Troymare Mermaid. It's a water fiend link effect. Link 1, 1000 attack, and its link arrow is pointing down to the bottom. You can only use this card's name effect once per turn. The first one, I think most of them have that effect. This one, if this card is link summoned, you can discard one card, special summon one Troymare monster from your deck. If this card, or if this effect is activated while this card was co-linked, you can also draw one card, and then the second effect is monsters on the field that are not co-linked lose 1000 attack and defense. That's a theme I'm seeing in the Troymare link monsters. The fact that if this card is co-linked when you activate the effect and you get to draw one card is in all of them. So potentially turn one, already you might be able to draw one card off of just using one card, because I'm assuming this is going to be a normal summon reliant deck, and I assume that because of the next card. That is Troymare Goblin. It's a wind fiend link effect. Link 2, 1300 attack. It requires you to use 2 monsters with different names. Oh, something I wanted to mention with the Troymare Mermaid, all it needs is one Troymare monster, so it's very reminiscent of Zoo already, so hopefully we don't have a Zoo 2.0, but we'll see. As far as Goblin goes, you need 2 monsters with different names. All of them need that. The Troymare monsters need 2 monsters with different names, so they're generic for the most part. This first effect, this card was link summon. You can discard one card. All of them, for the most part, have that as well, so Fables might be coming back, y'all. This card is link summon. You can discard one card as cost. During the main phase of this turn, you can normal summon one monster to a zone this card points to, in addition to your normal summon set. If this effect was activated while this card was co-linked, you can also draw a card, like I said. And all of them have these weird, like floodgate-like effects for their secondary effects. Its secondary effect is when co-linked monsters you control cannot be targeted by card effects. So I'm assuming as these things get bigger, the secondary effects are going to also get better. Now, for the other monsters, we're going to be looking at Troymare Phoenix. It's a fire fiend link effect. Link 2, 1900 attack, and its link arrows point to the top and to the right. You can only use this card name's one effect once per turn, as most of them do. If this card is link summoned, you can discard one card, then target one spell trap card your opponent controls, that's cost, and then destroy it. If this effect was activated while this card was co-linked, draw a card, as all of them. I'm probably going to repeat myself a lot on that. And its secondary effect is co-linked monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. So the fact that it has kind of like this L shape is allowing you to open the extra deck up and play these really cool co-linked effects, and that's the same thing with Troymare Cerberus. It's essentially the same link markers as Phoenix, just reversed. Troymare Cerberus is an Earth Fiend linked effect. Link 2, 1600 attack, and its arrows are top and to the left. So Phoenix Cerberus making a little square, I guess, or trying to potentially make a full link, which would be pretty nuts in this deck because that's like a potential draw 5. Ugh, that's stupid. If this card is link summoned, you can discard one card and target one special summon monster in your opponent's main monster zone, destroy it. So a lot of spot removal effects in this deck so far. And then it has the co-link draw effect, and its secondary effect, if co-link monsters you control, cannot be destroyed by card effects. I don't know where I got if in that. So far, so good. These are the lower level monsters, but I think these next two are their bosses for the most part. Troymare Unicorn looks pretty cool, kind of reminds me of Fabled Unicorn, so maybe these things are meant to go with fables. Who knows? But Troymare Unicorn is a Dark Fiend link effect, attack 22, link 3. Okay, so we're getting a little higher in the links, and its arrows are left, down, and right, very similar to Gaia. It takes 2 or more monsters with different card names, as most of them do. They all take different card names. And you can only use this card's first effect once per turn. If this card is link summoned, you can discard 1 card and target 1 card in the field, return it to the deck, more spot removal stuff, so this is a pretty cool card. If this effect is activated, it gets the co-link draw. While you control a co-link Troymare monster, or monsters, the number of cards you draw during your draw phase becomes equal to the number of these monsters with different names. That's ridiculous. Because that's potential, you're like, if you get this and 2 other monsters linked to it, 2 other Troymare monsters co-linked to it, you draw 3 every single turn, if I'm reading this correct. Even if you draw 2, that's still insane. But 3 is just way too much. Hopefully it's a little hard, it's hard to make that, because that's ridiculous. It's gonna make people quit Yu-Gi-Oh! People being able to draw, potentially turn 1, an extra card or 2 extra cards, and then in your draw phase you might be drawing 2 to 3 cards. That's silly. But hey, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, especially with Grinder Golem being a thing. That thing needs to... This deck is looking pretty OP, so we'll see what the boss monster as of now looks like. The Troymare Griffin. I call it the boss monster because we don't know if we're getting any more support for Troymares, but as of now, this is the boss, and it's looking pretty good. It's looking like a Firewall 2.0 as far as the link arrows are concerned and the attack and the link requirement, because it's a Light Fiend link effect, attack 25, link 4. Arrows are the exact same as Firewall, top, left, right, and bottom. Requires 2+ monsters with different card names, and you can only use this card's first effect once per turn. If this card's link summoned, you can discard 1 card, then target 1 spell trap card in your graveyard, set that card on your side of the field, but it cannot be activated this turn. So that's kind of neat. So I'm gonna go ahead and assume that the Troymares are going to also have some kind of spell or trap that either summon. The trap can be like banished and like use one to summon from grave, or it's going to be a spell that summons one from grave. This deck is looking pretty strong. I know I'm making some pretty hefty main deck assumptions, but I can already make the assumption that it's going to be a normal summon reliant deck, because why else would they make a link monster like that that allows you to normal summon twice? And I'm assuming they're going to have spell and traps that have the capability of interacting either on your opponent's turn or extending your plays on your turn, because the fact that you cannot activate it the turn it was set means that they don't have a once per turn clause on them. So if you can get them back, maybe they'll be even more OP. But hey, these are educated assumptions based on the card text that we have so far, and of course it has the same co-link draw baloney. And then its secondary effects, especially on monsters that are not linked, cannot activate their effects. That's what I'm talking about. Like, if you get this card out, okay, let's see in an ideal world. So maybe we're having like, man, I don't know. I want to say like, the Griffin should be under the top right most link zone or extra deck zone. So that's in the main monster zone, but under the right link zone or extra deck monster zone. And then to the left of that is going to be pointing Unicorn in an ideal world. To the right of Griffin is going to probably be pointing Cerebus. And then to the left of Unicorn is going to be Phoenix. That's insane. And then like if you have something pointing to the top of Griffin or to the top of Phoenix, that's probably going to be Mermaid. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but the fact that you can do that is insane. I would like to think that's the ideal situation, but hopefully that does not happen very much, because doing that going turn 2, you're going to draw like 4 or 5 cards, and then in the next turn, if that board lasts, you're also going to draw 5 cards, 4 or 5 cards, depending on like how that co-link thing works with Unicorn. This deck is looking pretty insane. It's looking pretty insane so far. I'm kind of excited, but I'm not looking forward to breaking the bank on this deck. I can imagine this is going to be pretty expensive, unless it evens itself out in the main deck and you don't have like easy normal summon access. Maybe they're like really high monsters and they have 1 low monster where it's like a tribute summon base deck, that would even it out a little bit. But if this is just like a normal summon base deck where it's like level 4 and below monsters, and you have recyclability with the spell and trap that you can potentially reset the Griffin, if that is all a real possibility, this deck is going to be insane. So exciting, but kind of demoralizing, because we're looking at a pretty intense format once Flame of Destruction comes out, or Flame Destruction, whatever the new set comes out, after the one we are getting here in February. So let me know what you think about this archetype in the comments section below. Let me know if you think I'm hyping this up a little bit too much, but I would like to think that this deck has a lot of potential to be the best deck of the format. Let me know what you think in the comments section below, and this is Alex from Plus 3 TCG, signing out, y'all.